Hey y'all, so we got 7 in the chat, 7 likes. Grand rising, grand rising, grand afternoon, grand evening if it's evening where you are. Give people time to get into the chat and let their notification go off. And the song that's playing in the background is Starboy by The Weeknd. Just so y'all know, grand rising, grand rising. Hey, welcome everybody. This is going to be another treasure box reading. We're going to see exactly what is the treasure box reading going to be about over here. And then I'm also going to do a Capricorn birthday reading on. I'm gonna do all birthday readings on this channel. So you see Capricorn was underneath here at the bottom of the deck when I took it out the box. So I was like, dang, I need to do Capricorn's birthday reading. So I'm gonna do all readings moving forward as far as birthday readings here at What's the Chat of Rasha, because I feel that the birthday readings for the year, it's you wait a whole year for your own birthday reading. So I'm gonna do the treasure box readings with a birthday reading. So that's why I was like, let me move the birthday readings over here moving forward. So Capricorn, you will have a birthday reading here on What's the Chatter Larasha, and it would also include a treasure box reading as well with the names and the situations, just for Capricorns for your birthday. Happy birthday to any Capricorn that is watching this right now. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's see exactly what energy. Let me get the sage going because I know it was burning out whenever I started. Somebody could feel like they a star boy. What's a star boy? Somebody born from the stars, a star seed. You're not here. Decades of Aquarius. A star boy, resurrecting your soul and your spirit during this decade. We got 72 in the chat. We got 73 likes. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, as well as share. Again, thank you to everybody that has subscribed to this channel or any other of my channels. Thank you for the support, the love, and the support. Also, there's 3 emergency readings that I have to get out today, and y'all will have your emergency readings out today. And then also, I think 2 treasure box readings. I did add on treasure box readings to my schedule now. So there are already people that have already booked, treasure box readings because they're like the treasure box readings. So if anybody's interested in that, again, you can go to the About Me of my channel, go to the schedule, the schedule to book appointments for readings. Okay. So let's see exactly which this reading is going to based off of. Thank you again for the ones that did give me, certain reading titles or certain energy reads when it comes to divine feminine, divine masculine, and then also just regular situations when it comes to your ancestors. So I'm gonna take these, put those on the side since there's a group of these, and see if any one of these will fall out. Okay, so another thing I'm telling everybody to make sure you pay attention to the community board, because the community board is where I update certain things that come out of the treasure box reading. So it says, what does your past loved ones have to say? Wow. So there has been a lot of that. In this underneath there, it says, is this my emperor? My heart is possessive. So I wonder if it's like a mixture of what does your past loved ones have to say. Is this your emperor? Yeah, so there was 3 other cards here underneath that, and that was what's came out. So we're going to see what does your loved ones have to say. So that's going to be what this reading is going to be pertaining about. Okay, so let me put that in the title. I'm no good at goodbyes. Okay. Does your in what does your past loved ones? I'm reading that all wrong. We got so many of ancestors topics when it comes to this that I saw. Okay. Mm, I'm over here looking and seeing what emoji do I want to put in here. Okay, I'm gonna use those two. Treasure box. Box. Read. Oh, my nose is just itching. Okay, so what does your past loved ones have to say? Okay. Okay, so we're going to see what they have to say. What deck do I want to use for this? Let's get the hoodoo deck. Since it's only used it once, I'm finna use it twice. Let's do that. Let's see, so we gonna see what this is going to be about. Okay, so we're gonna put these back. Oh, eat this. Capricorn, I'll use this for your birthday reading. Since Capricorn was at the bottom, you'll use that deck for your birthday reading. So we already know. So we gonna use the Hoodoo Tarot deck and see what these ancestors got to say. Okay, yesterday I had to preserve my energy because it was just a lot of things that I was getting, especially with a lot of these children passing away. And I'm sitting here like, okay, are these bad kids or these good kids? Come on now, like help me understand like what type of rotation that we're in. And I'm gonna say rotation when it comes to people passing away. Like, are these bad souls? Are these good souls that are being freed? Or are these bad people that just need to so they can shift the energy of the planet? And the answers that I got, I don't think people would want to hear. And even regardless of how old they are, at this time, it's part of removing the bad energy. And again, these kids have their own free will, and especially the ones that have old souls. If I mentioned this before all this death stuff started happening, I said that they are going to try to wipe away the ones that they know that are bad, right? And I said that before I started this channel. I said that. So it's a lot of stuff that's happening, especially with suicides. When people, and I'm sorry to say, when a person commits suicide and they have a soul, they don't come back. Okay. Um, if it's a god or a pharaoh that is trying to commit suicide, and they commit suicide and they go through it, there's another soul that's a bad soul that enters that god or that pharaoh. And it's that god, or at that time that pharaoh's soul, they're like trying, this is the things that I heard, okay? That pharaoh or that god that commits suicide because they can't die in their body. Only thing that can happen is when their souls can only get replaced, because that person tapped out of their journey, because them not knowing. See, and this is where it's this is why I said it's all the hidden bullshit. When these people don't know that their gods are their pharaohs, and they have, in the way that society has painted for a person to live, it's putting fear in that god or that pharaoh to think that they are getting ready to pass over. Now what these ones that have been controlling the screens have been doing is, if it's a pharaoh or a god or one of these royalty bloodlines that cannot die, they are having these new souls that are bad souls enter their body, like in a possession situation, because that person tapped out of their journey not knowing they can't die, because they've been brainwashed and manipulated to think that they can't die, right? There's so many stories about like where people get buried and they all of a sudden at their funeral they pop back up. You know what I'm saying? Like situations like that's one reason why when I say everything's gonna fall, the funeral homes, the cemeteries, the morgues, all that shit is gonna go. It's gonna they're gonna have an issue. Like I said, when I say it's gonna be, it's not it's gonna get a little worse before it gets better, because there's gonna be a lot of people that's going to react off of their emotions when they find out how they've been playing everybody when it comes to death. And these motherfuckers are going to go to, when you think about your ancestors, and you say, and you find out that your ancestors is in one of these bodies, or they a soul that can't die, and you still burying them, you making us go through this process to make it seem like we burying our ancestors and we're not. And you're taking those bodies and you're harvesting them and putting them underground, with your underground railroad systems and all that shit that you got with the government that's built underneath there. And they also tell y'all already in Assassin's Creed that especially what they do is they shift them off to another part of the country, and they experiment with them to try to tap into their acoustic records. They also talk about this in that Van Helsing new TV series that they had, when it had that they stopped. So remember, all these TV series that gives you these big, or these movies that give you these big spiritual awakenings, you see that they stop production with them, right? Same thing with Orlando Jones when he played that part on the American Gods, and he was talking about we don't die. They got us sitting here playing and acting like we, we ain't this and we ain't that, and when we really is this. And you know what? And they were in the morgue situation with Thought, right? And so that's one reason why he got kicked off. He got kicked off just for that part, because he was giving his people, the ones that were woke, an understanding on what they have been doing and the illusion that they have had us in. So again, they completely stopped production of that off of something that was, it's a lot of TV series that are actually good. And they stopped production out of nowhere because again, it was too much. It was enough information to trigger everybody to have this spiritual awakening. And then it was enough information where they needed to pull back, because if they continue to go, and it was going to cause an issue. Right. So it's like everything is watched when it comes to them feeding us energy, through your TV, your phones, your everything that they do, right? Everything that they do, it's a tactic, it's a timed, it's everything, right? So it's calculated. It's calculated. So with these kids, that if you commit suicide, you are not coming back. And they're not coming back. to the part where they are right now. They're using those people's souls. And then half of these people, and I had to question, I was like, well, for somebody to sit there and do that, who are their soul for real? Are these souls that are these cult people that have made these blood sacrifices in a past life, or and knew that they had to do something outside the normal to get, a certain energy push? So you have to look at things like that. You don't never know who's in these bodies, regardless of how old they are and how young they are. You never know, right? But it does push an energy where it causes people to react when it comes to their emotions, because they don't understand just life. They don't understand that we don't die. Yes, there's people that do die, but they don't. There's so much shit. Like I could tell you about like Black Lightning. And it was a series, a part in Black Lightning, and what was her name? Jill Scott played that Queen Pin lady, and she was a morgue person too. And so every time that she would have to speak to one of her foot soldiers or stuff, there was one scene where she had a white body there, right? And you could tell by the paleness of the guy, he was his soul or spirit, whatever he was, it was gone. Then the next time she was there, she had a black person, and while she was doing it, the black man was still moving, and you could tell his skin was still there. And I was just like, bro, they telling, bro. I hope people is paying attention, right? I hope people's paying attention. And yesterday I got to a moment when I was just like, people don't even know what's going on. And they don't know what's going on. And you never know. You could be a mom in a position where you are supposed to rise, or you could be even a child, and you could lose somebody close to you, and it's meant to set up that way to stop you from ascending, stopping you to complete whatever mission that you were supposed to complete at that time, right? And people don't understand that, right? They'll allow the hurt of a loved one when it comes to death, put them somewhere where it's hard for them to get out of, right? And so I'm not giving up on nothing. When I said that thing about the kids, I meant that whatever they have, that these kids already set up because of who these souls or these spirits that's in their body, it can't be switched, because they also have their own free will system that they got to go by. And I know, like I said, it's going to get worse before it's going to get better. And I just feel like they made certain movies like The Children of the Corn, a lot of different movies when it comes to what's going to happen to these kids. And even when it comes to my kids, you never know. You never know with my kids, but I have my kids, I talk to them about death. I also tell them, even if something happens to them, call on their grandmother, because that's going to be the one that's going to come get them. So I have these conversations with my kids that I know everybody else don't have, right? If you know you a pharaoh, even with my masculines or anybody that I get in front of, I said, if you know you are this pharaoh, and when you go, you're going to always have that, who are you? When people cross over, they're going to ask you, who are you? And if you don't remember that you are a pharaoh or a god, that's how they get to recycle your body, your soul. And again, you've been brainwashed not to remember these things. So now that you remember them, I make sure that I tell my son or anybody that this is your name. If you go out and they ask you that, say that. Even say my mama was Isis. My mama's Isis. Her name is not Rasha. It changes everything, because at that time, they know that even though you're in a 3D realm, that 3D realm has now connected with that spiritual realm, because somebody that passed over remembers who they are. Not this name that your mama gave you, the name that you were birthed in the last. No, the first time that your soul hit here, and they have brainwashed it and manipulated life so much, right? So much. So yeah, it's a touchy subject that you don't want to talk to your kids about. You don't want to talk to nobody. But I guarantee you, give them that lesson. Even if you know it's going to keep you in tears, just like how I'm crying. Right? So I had to take just a chill pill yesterday, because I was just like, damn, like my level of awareness because of me, who I am, is way higher than everybody else's. And I seem to bite my tongue a lot. Right? Prophecies, the way that I made back in the field, for real. You know what I'm saying? So all I can tell y'all is it's gonna get worse before it gets better, but it's not going to be like a where you just seeing every time you running through the streets and, well, shit, I'm not even gonna say that, because I don't know what these motherfuckers got set up, right? Especially if they're using these kids, because these kids' energy is at a totally different energy than an adult's energy, and a lot of people don't understand that, right? They don't understand that these kids are like walking, I want to say, time bombs, right? And if they're not, with them being old souls, if they're not like, you putting a 90-year-old man in a 5-year-old body, and you expecting for that 90-year-old soul that lived their last lifetime, that could have been just a day from before they got into this new damn baby body. You know what I'm saying? They're still going to be programmed off of that old soul function, regardless of whoever it is that comes back to you're still going to have a little bit of that. And they can't control it the way that they used to back then, because again, a lot of people are rejecting the shots. So you not telling them, hey, fuck, I don't want my kids to have shots. You're not giving them that shot to make them, okay, we finna put them through this brainwashing system. They're going to come for the next 12 years. We're going to put this in their shots. It's going to slowly wipe away their memory. We can change their genetics and stuff, and it's going to go undetected. They would never know. It's been that easy for them because they have controlled everything. So I feel like this message, it says, what does your past loved ones have to say? That they're not dead? Some of y'all, like I told you, it's gonna be crazy. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, can't put the blame on you. Fool me 3 times, fuck the peace sign, let it rain on you. And that's where Raw's energy is right now. So like I told you, I feel like people don't know that some of their family members is not dead. These motherfuckers is alive. They either underground or they're shipped off somewhere else. Or they're in a facility where they're draining their blood so they can swipe it off, like, and use to help continue mankind from coming, and then using the people's blood that know that they can't die in another way to clone stuff, right? So just think about Blade. And you know that one, I don't know if that was Blade 1 or Blade 2. And Blade walked in there and they had nothing but those bodies hanging, and they had the blood body back. Yeah, shit like that. Okay? Now think about Black Light, and they take these kids, they take them over there, they doing them experiments and the governments and all this stuff in these different locations. They're doing this shit, dude. They're doing this shit. Okay. And your loved ones that passed over, even if they passed over and you're saying, well, how do I connect with my loved one that's passed over if they're not dead? Remember, they got them hooked up to brain waves on their, when it comes to there's a some type of metal, some type of headpiece that this on these people. So their soul is operating and moving through a different type of energy source, right? And they show you a lot of this shit on movies as well, but some of y'all have, your ancestors have showed you this, because I'm sure some of y'all have questioned, well, shit, if y'all telling me that y'all don't die, then where's our ancestors? How are you talking to me? What's going on? Some of them that do pass over, they completely lose their body is shut down. Just because your body is shut down, they still got them to a machine. Some of your ancestors are powerful enough for them to be able to go in and out of it, in and out of it, in and out of it. And like I told you, there's a lot of ancestors that can body jump at this time because of the energy that they're using backfire. Like whatever they're doing when it comes to catching these souls, at this point in time, it's like it reversed. And so you got some ancestors that are still stuck, and then you got some of them that are still working around and doing shit. Okay? So I'm not playing when it came to me coming back. I feel like a lot of people are going to be shot. I feel like there's a lot of people that, and I don't even know how this is going to work. Like you sit there and your ancestor been gone for 10 years and they come back. You know what I'm saying? It's going to always, you're going to always question, you're going to always have that question. Okay, is this a clone or is this my real ancestor? So I feel like we're going to get to a point where it's going to be like that as well. You're going to be like, okay, so shit, they've been doing all this shit. So is this the real one or is this the fake one? Or, you never know. But guess what? Some of y'all are gonna know, because you're at your powers. When it comes to that point, your powers are going to be activated at a whole nother level that you could ever imagine, and you are going to be like a robot. You know how a robot reads a human's body and say, okay, they got a heart problem, and is that you gonna be just like that. And that's the reason why they built these motherfucking bunkers, because they know when you coming, you coming. You coming after them. You already know which ones. You already see the mark on their head or they whatever they body. You already know who they are, and they know that. That's the reason why a lot of these celebrities. And I even asked my ancestors about this. I said, so can some of these celebrities or these politicians that have been doing all this, if they are so far when it comes to this cloning process, how do we not know that they didn't clone their self out to have that clone fail, set up them for failure? And this whole time that, when you going after this clone, you trying to take out this clone not knowing that the real one is already somewhere else. Remember, Trump has two of him. One wears a red tie and one wears a blue tie. One of them is way oranger than the other one, and the one of them is regular. Pay attention. So I asked my ancestors, I said, so how will we be able to detect that? They said, at that time, like I told you, you're going to run off of a whole different function where you're going to be able to detect everything. So I when it comes to passing, I don't like it, because I know that everybody don't, I ain't with the hype. Just know that I'm not with the hype when it comes to going to funerals or any of that. I'm not with the hype. Just because I know what I have just because of who I am and the things that I have seen and how fast they're going from burying. I remember when I was a kid, it used to take 2 weeks just to put somebody in the motherfucking ground, bro. Now they doing these motherfucking funerals 3 days, 4 days. They ain't even giving some of these families not nothing, because like I told you, that's how you know that they getting caught up. Then they saying, okay, we gonna cremate them. Who? How do you know that's your family member that they are fucking cremating, homie? You're not sitting there through that whole process. People don't pay attention. You are not sitting through that whole process at all. But they want everybody to cremate everybody right now. Why? You getting tired of people digging up these graves after they buried you? You go to these funerals and you tired of the other grave people coming and digging up everybody and so they can get the body out? Why? You can't move. They can't move like before. That shit, they can do that shit before and it was undetected. Now they can't do it because there's cameras and everything now. Everywhere. Everywhere. There's cameras everywhere. Somebody is always out strolling, so they can't do that shit like they used to anymore. Okay, well now we got to get these people. Let's make cremating cheaper. These people already in hardship. They don't got insurance. They ain't got shit. They doing GoFundMe's to get money for funerals. They ain't got shit. Let's make cremating cheaper than burying, and they gonna go out with the cremating thing. Let me tell you something. I had passed the life insurance state test for Texas. It took me 2 times for me to pass that bitch. And when I finally passed it, I was happy. Put my paperwork in, filed it. Took forever. Do you know I got denied? They created some type of, this is what he says. They created some type of new application where when I put my rep was supposed to come back with the application, the new application, because the one that I submitted was old paperwork. And at that time while I submitted my application, they had a new application. So I had to fill out the new application. He had to resubmit it. I was already, so you have a year after the time that you after you pass your test, you have a year to submit your paperwork in order to get registered, right? If you don't do that, you have to take the test all over again. I submitted my paperwork way before a year. The second time when they made me do a second application when I found about it was in November. And I remember I called them before Thanksgiving and I said, I'm trying to figure out what's taking so long for my application to go through. And I'm calling the state. I was going through Prime America. I was doing all that. That's who I was getting ready to be licensed for life insurance because I knew what I was going to do. We had Prime America had low rates. I was going to get all my family members and everybody that I knew. You fixed to get a life insurance policy because what I had to go through, my grandma, I don't want nobody to go through that shit. And that's what Rasha was set to do. November comes around. She's like, okay, well, everything's going to go fine. Do you know the motherfuckers, when January came, you know the motherfuckers sent me a motherfucking letter and said that I didn't send my motherfucking application in the right time? And that whole time they held my motherfucking application there and told me that I had to take that test again after I already took it? That's when I knew this was when Rasha was still like in the going back and forth of her awakening. And then I was like, wait a minute. I had that next year, I had so many family members and friends that passed over. It made me sick. I was pissed. So I still today, when I get in the White House, oh yeah, we're going to talk about all that. They still owe Rasha a motherfucking license that I worked hard for. So like I told you, you already set up for failure when they know you are the shit and they know you meant to come in here and help people. It's going to be set up to cause you to fail in some type of motherfucking way. And it's going to discourage your ass. So when they say, what type of degree do you have, baby? I already have a motherfucking life insurance license that I passed the motherfucking test. It was the state that denied me from getting the bitch because they said on my motherfucking application. So I was already had a getting out of a corporation state already there. And that shit, I was pissed. I was pissed. And I think this happened like around 2016, 2014. I was pissed. 2016, I want to say 2016. Past that shit, I was so happy because I when I did the test, you know, you can go back, and for some reason I knew, you know how you do your test, they say okay, you can go back to the questions that you skipped. They wouldn't even let me go back to the questions that I skipped. So when I submitted and I was going back, it just processed my test. And I was like, fuck, I'm gonna fail. And I still passed it with a fucking 73. And I was like, and I was so happy walking out of that motherfucking building because I accomplished something. And how dare you deny me of something like that and tell me I gotta take it again when you sat in that motherfucking office on my motherfucking paperwork, my nigga? Oh yeah, they gonna have to hear me. So like I told you, I'm just telling you the stories of where you can learn a lot from me, right? You can learn a lot from me. I had to live the same trials and tribulations that regular humans do, regardless of me being ISIS, right? So when somebody tell you don't deserve nothing and you don't deserve this, how they can't tell you shit. Cause they can never walk in your motherfucking shoes. And I mean that. So when, like I tell you, I'm not where my kids are not troublemakers. My son got in trouble behind one girl that one time, and after that, he never did anything else ever again. He learned his motherfucking lesson. So after that, when I sit there and said about my kids, I rate my kids, no. My kids ain't with no gangs. They ain't carrying no guns. They ain't doing no drugs. They go to school. They don't do any of that shit. But for the kids that do, they're set up for failure right now. It's a lot. It's a lot. Kids is robbing people. It's a lot. So who are these souls and these kids for them to do that? To do any of this shit? Who are these souls and these kids for them to do that? So people don't think about that. Shit, you got little babies because of they daddy them, and maybe they people say, well, that's how they family raised them to do that, and da 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 da. Yeah, but why was that kid placed in that family to be with guns and shit? Like you gotta why? You know, like you have to really sit there and think about it. When you get on a spiritual level, your whole thought process is open. And your ancestors is putting pieces to the puzzle pieces together that you possibly never thought that where the fuck I get this puzzle piece from? Shit, I've been looking for this shit 15 years ago for this one puzzle piece. And you come in here with this shit. Right? So like I said, fear is torture. It's torture. Fear is torture right now. And that's why I said when they did that coronavirus, I knew. I was like, oh, bro, they don't know what type of energy we in right now. We supposed to be getting and they had memes telling black people, you are supposed to be getting your powers on this day. Why you didn't get it? Because they threw corona shit in front of y'all. And made everybody scared. Oh, more black people getting corona than anything. Like I said, they gonna hate me when I get the campaigning and all that shit. I'm gonna make them people just, they probably, it's the best thing for them possibly to me is when they see that I'm starting to, when I go first public then in one town, they might as well just rethink they whole, all this shit all because I'm coming with it. And they're gonna be like, who the fuck is this girl? One woman can change the whole world. It ain't gonna be a man that's gonna do it. Now, where my man will change the world is when one of my damn divine masculines, out of all the motherfuckers that I had to wake up during this spiritual awakening, decide to go in motherfucking union and stop being scared and shit. That's when the man changes the world. But other than that, that's the only way when a man changes the world is when they start loving women right. That's when they gonna change the world. Nothing else. When they start respecting a woman the way they supposed to respect the woman, that's when a man changes the world. They're not doing that right now. I don't give a fuck how much money you got, how much power you got. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Because half of y'all rather fuck a nigga, a band, than a woman. Like, that shit to me is just. And okay, so I don't have nothing to have any issue with same-sex relationships. But I am going to say this. A woman is the only person that can bring in life. If our men are set to have if we got more men that are gay, and that's what they said, that's what your ancestors said, that been with more men, you are eliminating life, period. There's too many women that's single out here. So they are automatically setting up men to take out themselves and take out another woman because the woman is the only one that can produce. So if there's only women that's left here, how they gonna have kids? At this time, you got to think about it. The way that everything going on right now, it ain't gonna be sperm banks and all this shit that's gonna be happening. These women finna get smarter. And at the end of the day, when the man, and I'm being for real, at the end of the day, you need us before we would need you. When it comes to creating that trinity, so if men are not attracted to women, how are they going to continue to keep a trinity? That's a question they need to ask. They need to really think about that. What does your grandma? He said, grandma, I feel like I don't even got to do a motherfucking reading. You know what? I ain't got to do these cards. Let's just get to the treasure box. That's what we're going to do. We're going to get to the treasure box. You see all this down here like this? Yeah. This is all treasure box stuff. Okay? We're going to do it like this. I'm going all the way down to the bottom. And then whatever falls out, I'm going to take whatever falls out. Okay, let me get all the way to the bottom. Okay, so we got a lot of stuff right now. Hold on. Okay. So, that's a lot. Possibly more than what I needed. Let me tell my daughter to turn off this heater. Hold on. I'm sweating. It's hot in my room. It's about 78 degrees up in this bitch. Okay, so let's see what's going on with these and then we're gonna get some names, and then the names that go with this. We'll do the names later. I'll do the names at the end, and the names can pertain to that person. We'll do it that way. And the names are, it's in the basket, so the names I can pull. Okay. So let's see what's going on. And I feel like I put that card inside of here. Okay, so make sure you like, subscribe, comment, as well as share. She want to fuck with the woo. Whoa! Look what your ancestors said. Look. You said, what does your past lover ancestors have to say? It's part of your birthright. It's going to bring haters. So all the success that your ancestors is getting ready to bring to you, and the success that you're getting ready to have, and the direction that you're getting ready to go, this is what your ancestors is saying. Your birthright is about to bring a lot of motherfucking haters. And they've been watching the haters, especially the motherfucking haters that you grew up with. They watching them motherfuckers. Got 320 in the chat. We got 200 likes. It says, everything is taken care of with you by my side. So your ancestors is saying that everything, they telling you everything is taken care of with them having you and them by their side. This could be also your masculine too. Okay. So let's not forget about your masculine. Your masculine energy is over here too. So your masculine is over here saying everything is taken care of with you by my side. And your masculine is over here realizing that. Okay, so it says, everything I did to you has backfired on me. So everything that you have done, everything that he has done, or a person, any of those names that getting ready to come out the basket, everything that they done could have had backfired on them. You have a father's approval. So you got a father's approval. Your masculine could be coming towards you because their father approved them being with you. It says it's a part of your birthright. It's going to bring haters. So you look like you're getting ready to get some type of fabulous wedding or whatever, getting ready to get engaged. That's getting ready to bring some haters because this is a part of y'all's birthright. Okay, so there's that card. What does your Passover ancestor says? Don't. There go the cards. So I'm going to say this is the main four things right here. So it says, what does your past loved ones have to say? It's a part of your birthright. It's going to bring haters. Everything is taken care of with you by my side. Everything I did to you has backfired on me. So let's say if you do got a Passover loved one and they did something bad to you, they could have lost their death. They could have lost their life because whatever they was planning on the background for you. It says in a father's approval. Some of y'all possibly got a father that was passed over, or your masculine possibly got a father that's passed over too, that could be giving their son the approval. Or like I said, they could be living. So it says, don't want to fix themselves. So somebody did not want to fix themselves. It says, be yourself. It says, I have access to all your passwords. So somebody has access to all your passwords. We're going to see who names finna come out of here. It says somebody is on a one-sided relationship, and it could be this one that has all your passwords, which possibly is a motherfucking ex. You got 321 in the chat. We got 214 likes. It says someone has no guidance. So yeah, this person has no guidance, especially if they got access to all your passwords. So they didn't want to fix themselves. It says one-sided relationship. They was on a one-sided relationship. It says so many things are moving forward in your life. So many things are moving forward in your life because it's a part of your birthright. It says paying it forward. So somebody's getting ready to pay it forward. It says shine like the stars. So somebody could be receiving some money, or something could be getting ready to get paid it for you. This Father's approval, put your masculine in this pay it forward energy. It says pick me instead. So somebody has possibly competition, or this could have been the karmic that could have been telling, you know, they masculine to pick them, your masculine to pick them before you. It says taste of what they made you feel. So somebody's getting ready to get a taste of what they made you feel. Didn't want to fix themselves. It says, I loved you so much that it scared me and I ran. So somebody's saying that they loved you so much that it scared them and it ran. They ran. It says somebody was on Captain Save-A-Ho energy. So it could have been this father. Let's say if the father didn't like you and they liked the karmic, or they didn't want their masculine to be, your masculine or this feminine to be with one another. Somebody could have been on Captain Save-A-Ho energy. I feel like there's two different masculines energies over here, or two feminines energies over here. If you are a masculine that is watching this video about your feminine. Somebody could have been on some pimp shit. Okay, so it says birth of a new idea. So you getting ready to have a birth of a new idea, or your masculine is having a birth of a new idea. It says someone encouraged divine masculine to have sex with someone else. So it could have been a father. It could have been one of his friends that was on this cap the hoe, save a hoe. Go fuck that hoe over there. Fucked your girl, your divine feminine. They was on this one-sided relationship ass energy. Somebody has no guidance. Whoever told your masculine to sleep with somebody else, they don't got no guidance. It says, you got me up at night thinking about everything. So you have this masculine up at night thinking about everything, or this feminine up at night thinking about everything. And they're realizing that I loved you so much that it scared me and I ran. It says, upset that he kept you a secret. So this masculine is upset that he kept you a secret because you could have walked away or whatever, or their family was not approving, you know, of this masculine being with you, and he fucked himself out of this connection with you and him. So we got 332 in the chat. We got 219 likes. Again, thank you for the donation. Thank you for the $2. Who was that? I can't even see it. Whoever gave me that $2, thank you. Thank you for the donation, please. Thank you so much. It says karmic is using family to get back in. So this karmic is using the family to get back in. Could be trying to go to the father, and she in this pick me in type of pick me instead energy. It says the dark web internet account. So somebody possibly has your passwords and could have put some of your stuff on the dark web internet account. So that could be something that could be going on. Somebody could have, that's whoever this person that got your passwords. It says selling your photos on the dark web. Yeah. So you probably got an ex, or you got some bitch, or somebody is selling your photos on the dark web because they got access to your passwords. It says, I need to stop smoking. So somebody needs to stop smoking, or maybe you divine feminine or masculine, or any of those people. It says a head exchange, sucking and licking. So I hope somebody is not selling your photos on the dark web, or have a video of you giving a head exchange. Or this would could be what happened with this masculine when he listened to whoever this family member or this friend that encouraged him to have sex with somebody else. There could have been a head exchange. It says a woman that don't like other women. So there's a woman that don't like other women that's involved. That could have this one-sided relationship. Could have been the one that your masculine could have slept with. She could have also been in this Captain Saberho energy. Could be a woman that don't like other women that got access to your passwords, that's selling your photos on the dark web. It says karmic hired an investigator. So this karmic hired an investigator, and your investigator could be the one that got your passwords. There's a karmic child that is involved. I'm glad I talked about all that shit earlier about these kids, because a lot of them could be karmic children that you are having. Or that could be a lot of stuff could be happening to karmic kids. I'm just going to say that. There could be a karmic child that is on has a one-sided relationship. The karmic child could be the one that have access to all your passwords. It says regrets rejecting you. So this masculine or this feminine could regret rejecting you. This karmic child could also regret rejecting you. It says leave them in the devastation that he/she left you in. So leave them in the devastation that he/she left you in, which could be this karmic child. If some of y'all are not having issues with a child, leave them in the devastation that he/she left you in, or this ex, or this karmic that basically hired an investigator. Your masculine could be leaving this karmic, and that's the reason why this karmic is over here hiring investigators. It says karmic is using family to get back in. The investigator could be one of your masculine's family members. It says someone thinks your success should be theirs, but they can't even do the work. I said this shit earlier. I'm glad this card came out. So someone thinks your success should be theirs, but they can't even do the work. And it could be a family member or this karmic. There's a child molester friend. So it could be a child molester friend that could think that your success is theirs. How dare them? Somebody could have a child molester friend, and they could have been involved with a karmic child. It says, you set my heart on fire. So you set this masculine's heart on fire. You got me up at night thinking about everything. I loved you so much that it scared me and I ran. The color orange could be very significant. Orange is life partner energy. It says trying to make themselves look good. So somebody is trying to make themselves look good. This child molester friend could be wearing orange, or they getting ready to be in an orange pit suit because they getting ready to get busted. It says accepting what it is. So somebody is accepting what it is, or you are accepting what it is. If somebody got a karmic child, you just accepting what it is. It says my beloved. So this masculine, really, you got this masculine's heart on fire. It says a fire sign, Aries, Leo's, Lilith, Sagittarius. So some of y'all could be involved with a fire sign. A fire sign could have been involved in Captain Saberho energy. This fire sign could be the one that's in regret. There could be a child molester friend that could be a fire sign. There could be a karmic child that could be a fire sign. A woman that don't like other women could be a fire sign. This father's or your masculine could be a fire sign, and the fire sign's dad got the father's approval, or this father could be a fire sign. So it could be a fire sign that got access to all your passwords. It says, fuck this shit. I want my main bitch back. So your masculine coming in hot and heavy. He wants your main bitch back, his main bitch back. And it looks like he got the father approval to go get you. It says, I want a family life with you, not her. So yeah, he putting this karmic through the mud. He don't want a family life with this karmic. And that's the reason why the karmic trying to get back with the family. It says karmic wants to get pregnant by divine masculine. So that's what the setup is for this karmic. This karmic is trying to get pregnant by your divine masculine. And your masculine, she could be saying, telling your masculine, hey, let's have a baby, let's have a family. And your masculine could be like, nah, I don't want any of that, because he wants to start the family with you. So let's get to these names real quick. And so I'm gonna get to the names, and then we're gonna go back over these cards real quick, and then that's who you know is involved in this situation. This video ended up being longer than what I planned it to be, but again, what does your ancestors, what does your past loved ones have to say? And I believe I said a lot at the beginning of this reading, and then also at the beginning of those first 4 cards. This is a part of your birthright that's going to bring haters. Let me like these comments. Okay. Way up, I feel blessed. I like this song, and I don't even like to say the B word, but I like this song. Ah! I wish that, okay, we're gonna have to come up with a new word outside of the B word, because it means be littler than me. So be lesser than me or be littler than me, but it means be lesser than me. Oh shit. Too many cards, too many names. Okay, so let's see. I ain't heard that song for a while, too. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to just start. They said just start grabbing. Just start grabbing. And these are all names that I'm grabbing. Let's get some at the bottom. So, these could be the names of anybody in these situations. Let me put these names. Any of these people could be involved. These are first names and last names. We're going to see how this go. I've been blind for a while now. So what do y'all want to do? Do y'all want to do the names first, or do you want to go back over the pile of the situations? Which one do you want to do? I'm going to see what y'all say. Because this reading is not the way that I'm going to do all the rest of the readings, but, you know, do the names first. Okay, so let me get these over here, and then this is in the pile, so we can go over all these again. So I don't mix up the names with the index, the situations. Okay. So names, first name, Rome. So Rome could have access to all your passwords, could also be the family member that's on about the bullshit if you got a family member. So don't remember somebody got access to all your passwords. Somebody named Sunshine. Any of these people could have access to your passwords. Somebody named Cedric. Last name Perez. Anastasia. Joseph. Justin. Some of y'all, again, they said child molester friends was over. It's a lot of shit over here. Whew. Child molester friends. Somebody could have been on captive save a whole energy. Could be in that pick me instead. A woman that don't like other women. Karmic is using the family to get back in. Someone thinks that your success should be theirs, but they can't even do the work. Somebody named Ruby. Child molester friend. Lil Wayne. Y'all, if y'all didn't go to the community section of my channel, I posted to y'all A recent video that just went up about this guy getting videos about Little Rain admitting him getting molested and raped at the age of 11 and liking it. He said, I love that shit when it happened to me. He said, baby, he talks about how baby was a part of rape and all that stuff. It's on the damn thing. And he said, what 11-year-old, that's why I said you got to think about who's in these bodies, would say that they loved getting raped by other men. And he's in a group full of people while he says it. Somebody named Michaela Charleston Buchanan, Tarika Gabriel, Julie Mary, Sarah Oxchill, is that how you said that? Oxchill, Timothy, somebody named Dollar, Mickey, last name Carson, Fletcher. Wow, if first name, last names match up, some people's out of here, bro. First names, last name, middle name, first name, middle name, last name, nickname, first name, nickname, last name, first name, last name, nickname, last name. They out of there for real. If all four of them is out there, you know what I'm saying? If it's just a name by itself, all that, okay? Lakeisha Nickerson, Flock, Clint, Taryn, Quick, Phillips, Dale, Abraham, last name Flores, and Illison. He going to jail. I think I just helped the government bust Lil Wayne and Lil Baby when it comes to molesting these kids and these and shit. Watch. They're getting ready to go to jail. So again, these are the names that's here. So we got I Need to Stop Smoking. Someone has no guidance. Somebody was on that Cap to Save a Hoe energy. So many things are moving forward in your life. A head exchange, sucking and licking. It says pick me instead. It says upset, not little baby, little birdman, not little baby. Let me go ahead and correct. Sorry, little baby. I didn't mean to put you on there like that. Birdman. Them motherfuckers. The whole, make sure y'all just watch that video. Sorry. Ooh, little baby. Sorry. Birdman. That's who I'm talking about. Birdman and Lil Wayne. Upset that he kept you a secret. So somebody is upset that they kept you a secret. It says, leave them in the devastation he/she left you in. It says, accepting what it is. It says, regrets rejecting you. It says, karmic hired an investigator. It says, everything I did to you has backfired on me. It says, a woman that does not like other women, a karmic child, someone encouraged divine masculine to have sex with someone else, don't want to fix themselves. It says karmic is using family to get back in. The color orange could be very significant. It says trying to make themselves look good. It says someone thinks your success should be theirs, but they can't even do the work. It says birth of a new idea. It says selling your photos on the dark web. Any of those people could be involved in selling your photos on the dark web. They could have a dark web internet account, and they have access to your motherfucking passwords. I have access to all your passwords. Somebody is on a one-sided relationship. Everything is taken care of with you by my side. There's a child molester friend, could be out of any of those people over there, or they could have been, I ain't gonna say, out of those names, they could all be involved in something over here. It says a part of your birth that writes that's going to bring haters. It says karmic wants to get pregnant by divine masculine. It says taste of what they made you feel. It says I want a family with you, not her. A father's approval. So if your masculine's father's name came out over here, or your masculine's name came out over here, they could be the father's approval. It says, fuck this shit. I want my main bitch back. A fire sign, Aries, Leo's, with a Sagittarius, my beloved. It says, you set my heart on fire. And if he's a fire sign and you set their heart on fire, you is a motherfucking a gift in a situation and a person that they do not need to let go. It says, you got me up at night thinking about everything. I loved you so much that it scared me and I ran. And it says, paying it forward. I'm getting ready to pay this forward to the police office with this motherfucker right here. They got to go. Because you got to think about it. Everybody that comes through their little motherfucking group that they have, that's that they trying to recruit. And if they about that life, that's what they having them motherfuckers set up to be initiated to do. And that's all I'm going to say. So I'm ending this reading with 400 in the chat, 264 likes. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, as well as share, and you have a great day.